Entekhabifard. She's the editor-in-chief of the Independent Persian. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, Camelia. Great to have you with us. Tell us about the words of Farideh Moradkhani. Is that a very important statement? Is this an embarrassment for the regime?
Hello, dear Lara. Thank you for hosting. The lady, the niece of the Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, has a very famous father. The father passed away 2 months ago, and he was one of the Khamenei's greatest opponents back to the early time of the revolution. He escaped Iran to Iraq, and he was hosting a Persian radio channel against the regime when Iran was in war with Iraq and Saddam Hussein was in power. Then the family went back to Iran 10 years after that, and the father was in prison and released, and lately he was with the family, including her and her mother, up to 2 months ago that he passed away in, I don't know, Tehran or Qom. I give you this description to say there is a history among of Khamenei's family to being a great opponent of the system, and we didn't get surprised when this lady had these messages broadcasted publicly. But I want to say that also seeing her and also other relevant of the revolutionary family like Ms. Faizeh Hashemi, who is in prison too, and other relevant to the system's family, is telling us there is a fallen within the system, and that this gives us these messages. They even cannot trust the internal family members of the people who were close to the founder of the revolution, and they were putting them in arrest.
And Camelia, can she be expected to be shown any clemency, given that she was part of the Supreme Leader's family, or she is part of the Supreme Leader's family?
She is a niece of the Supreme Leader, but I'm not sure if they have any relations together. And I'm not sure if her messages still make so much changes in the society. But still, Iranians are so much welcoming seeing people inside Iran were falling within. But since she never been as close associate with the Supreme Leader, or there were no history of her involvement in the government, I'm not sure if it has a great impact as you were asking for or looking for.
The Supreme Leader has also been speaking out today about the nuclear talks with the USA, namely that he doesn't want to pursue them. Do you think this is another negotiating tactic by Tehran to get the West back into talks on the JCPOA?
Tehran and West both hasn't given up speaking over the nuclear discussion. I believe that the West wouldn't taking any harsh measure against of the system while they were seeing that much cracking down the protesters, because they are willing to resume the talks on nuclear issues and also about Iran drones and the missiles. And at the same time, the Supreme Leader and the government understand the importance of these talks for the West. Both sides are the hostages, they are hostage of each other.
I want to ask you a bit about the football, Camelia.
Because to take another one back to the negotiation counters, to the negotiation desk. I'm not sure if they can resume that early, but there is no sign both of them want to completely withdraw from these talks.
I wanted to ask you a bit about the football, Camelia, because the Iranian team has done pretty well so far at the World Cup. There are reports that the Qataris have been making sure that there are no signs of support for the protesters in any of the stadiums. Would you say that the team's success has been good or bad for the protesters?
It's very hard to judge these team members in Qatar. We understand the pressure. We understand the kind of the threats they can impose to the family members, to themselves. But at least they showed the first day not singing the national anthem, and they had the black wristbands. We could tell at their faces was so much anxiety and an expression of their solidarity with the Iranian people. There was some documents released yesterday. by Black Rewards hackers from Fars News Agency, claiming that there was a secret letters to most of those regime's outlets speaking of the footballers shouldn't show any solidarity, and if they wouldn't sing the national anthem or had an interview with the foreign Iranian press, they should be punished hard, not directly but indirectly. So we saw that at the second game they have been singing on and off the national anthem. We understand that some Iranian outside Iran, they want to ask them to boycott them. But at the same time, we understand the situation inside Iran. These people have to go back. They have the relevance in Iran. And Qataris are close associated with the Iranian regime. We understand there were many times they were supporting each other, from the blockade of the Gulf countries against Qatar, which Iran and Turkey just supporting them. And now also we were seeing that Qatar has been asked the foreign reporters working for the Iranian stations to not come to Qatar, and they revoked the visa has been issued earlier. And also the Iranians who has been visiting Qatar and having the national flag of pre-revolution time with the lion and the sun has been banned also going inside of the stadium. That sort of the thing telling us maybe this World Cup is not the World Cup everyone involved were looking for, in the matter of democracy, in the matter of having the solidarity with the other people who are banned, who are SAG, who are disabled to attend. I'm not sure if this World Cup has this glorious as the world were looking for, especially the Iranians.
Camelia, thank you very much indeed. Always great to talk to you. Camelia Entekhabifard there. Sorry.